Outside the glass, Riyadh is already trying to kill you. 45 degrees Celsius. Air that hits like an open oven door. The kind of heat that makes exposed asphalt shimmer and turns the back of your neck red in 10 minutes. Inside KFD, the climate control runs at 18 degrees. You feel nothing. You see glass towers and polished stone and the reassuring hum of a building that works. You believe the building is protecting you. The building is made of glass, and glass is not protection. Glass is a weapon delivery system pointed at your face. Then the sound arrives, high-pitched, mechanical, not one engine, dozens. Turbojet combustion, running at full compression, not the grinding, almost agricultural whine of the old propeller shaheeds we tracked at Harir. Those you could hear coming from kilometers out, and your C-RAM crew had time to sequence the engagement. This sound is different. This is the TJ-150 at full burn, moving at 520 kilometers per hour. By the time your brain identifies the frequency, the geometry is already wrong. The window for intercept is measured in single-digit seconds. You are on the 38th floor. You are surrounded by glass on 3 sides, and you have no plan. King Abdullah Financial District, 95 towers. The PIF Tower at 385 meters. The KAFD World Trade Center at 304 meters. Between them and the 93 towers around them, 1546 kilometers of glass-enclosed elevated skywalks connecting every building. Goldman Sachs is in there, HSBC, JP Morgan, 100 American and European firms that moved their Saudi headquarters here because Riyadh was supposed to be stable. Thousands of American expats on any given Tuesday morning, business travelers in hotels on King Fahad Road who landed at King Khalid the night before and have no situational awareness of what is directly overhead. The war game, not science fiction, geometry, September 2019, Abqaiq and Quraysh. 18 drones and 7 cruise missiles, slower and dumber than anything Iran fields today. They passed through Saudi Arabia's Patriot coverage, and inside 4 hours had cut national oil production in half. The batteries fired. They missed. The attack came from the northwest. The radars were oriented south toward Yemen. That was with weapons Iran had 6 years ago. Track the trajectory forward. The Houthis have been punching deeper into Saudi territory with increasingly refined munitions. Iran's proxy network has spent those 6 years watching, learning, and upgrading. In a regional conflict scenario where Tehran decides the high-value target is not oil infrastructure, but financial confidence, KAFD is the address. Hitting it does not just kill people and break glass. It tells every foreign firm, every Western investment fund, every American executive on a business trip that no address in the Gulf is protected. The economic damage outlasts the kinetic damage by years. You are a civilian with a hotel keycard. The Patriot battery has no file with your name. Forget the propeller-driven Shahed 136. That platform is already legacy hardware for a serious campaign. The Shahed 238 is built around a Czech TJ-150 turbojet engine, 2,500 newtons of thrust, 18.9 kilograms, 272 millimeters in diameter. Total airframe, 380 kilograms. Cruising speed, 520 kilometers per hour, recorded on radar surveillance data from the Ukraine theater. Terminal dive, exceeding 700 kilometers per hour. The airframe is matte black carbon composite. The engine cowling geometry and the composite skin reduce the radar cross-section against the Patriot's AN MPQ-65, and one of the Shahed 238's 3 documented variants carries a passive anti-radar seeker. It does not need to find your building. It finds the radar defending your building. It flies directly into the AN MPQ-65 at 700 kilometers per hour. The battery's eyes go dark first, then the math kicks in. The Patriot PSE-3 MSE does not have a radar visibility problem with the Shahed 238. It has a magazine problem. A single PAC-3 MSE round costs nearly $4 million. A single Shahed 238 costs between $50,000 and $80,000. A standard Patriot battery carries between 32 and 48 ready interceptors. A 150 drone swarm exhausts that inventory in minutes. Even at a generous intercept rate, the battery does not go blind, it goes empty. Some drones get through, and in KFD what gets through hits glass. The warhead, 50 kilograms. RDX explosive compound with aluminum powder, a formulation that simultaneously maximizes blast overpressure and thermal output. When a 380 kilogram projectile traveling at 700 kilometers per hour impacts a tower floor, the warhead detonates on contact. What propagates into the surrounding airspace is not a gentle pressure wave traveling at the speed of sound. The initial blast front is a supersonic shock wave in the first meters of propagation, moving at multiples of sound speed, decaying as it expands but still lethally overpressured across the surrounding district. Inside KAFD's 15.46 kilometers of elevated glass skywalks, that front has a straight, unobstructed channel through every span. The glass panels do not break, they become fragmentation, pulverized, propelled horizontally at killing velocity. Every skywalk in the network becomes a horizontal claymore aimed at chest height. The people walking them at 9:47 in the morning will not hear the explosion. The fragmentation arrives before the sound. At street level on King Fahad Road, the entire glass facade of every tower within 200 meters shatters outward, horizontally, at killing velocity. The structural steel holds. The people in the plaza do not survive. Phase 1. The immediate window. You have minutes. When the siren drops, the brain freezes. Every operator I have ever trained went through that freeze in their first real engagement. The ones who survived had a plan before the sound arrived. Glass kills first, not the explosion, the fragmentation. The instinct is to look toward the windows. Reverse it. Turn your back to the exterior and move. Every KAFD high-rise is built around a reinforced concrete core, elevator shaft cluster, stairwells, structural columns. That is your blast barrier. Reach the interior stairwell. Get low. Blast propagates laterally. The floor reduces your cross-section. Concrete absorbs what glass transmits. Do not use the elevator. A burning jet fuel warhead ignites structural fires. Elevator shafts become vertical furnaces with sealed doors. If the stairwell is unreachable, find the nearest load-bearing concrete column, a structural column, not a partition wall, and put your back against its inward face. Below desk height, cover the back of your neck. Phase 2, after the silence. There will be a silence after the primary impact. Ringing ears, dust. Wait 60 seconds. If the structure above you is not shifting, begin stairwell descent on foot. Walk. Do not run. Debris-covered stairs in darkness end careers. Do not re-enter glass facade space. Do not enter the skywalks. They are now sealed glass compartments with no power and no airflow in 45-degree desert heat. They are ovens. Outside, KFD's power grid is gone. Air conditioning is dead. In direct Riyadh summer sun, 45 to 50 degrees Celsius, with elevated heart rate, adrenaline, and sustained exertion, your core body temperature crosses into heat stroke territory in 15 to 20 minutes. Heat stroke is not discomfort, it is central nervous system failure. Confusion arrives before collapse. You will not know it is happening until you cannot walk straight. The city will be trying to kill you before any secondary strike arrives. Before leaving your floor, secure water, any water. The 10 kilometers to the diplomatic quarter will take over 2 hours on foot under normal conditions. In this heat, without hydration, it is not a walk. It is a medical countdown. Do not use King Fahad Road. It is an exposed 4-lane boulevard lined with burning vehicles and panicked movement. Drone swarms operate in waves. The first wave creates the chaos. The second targets the chaos. You are standing in the open kill zone. Wadi Hanifa runs north to south through western Riyadh. Its northern access paths begin west of KFD. The valley floor is a natural depression. Lower ground, reduced line of sight exposure to secondary strike vectors off the primary road network. Move west from KFD and find the Wadi entry. Follow the valley south. The DQ's western boundary runs directly along Wadi Hanifa's eastern escarpment. The valley leads you to the perimeter of the diplomatic quarter without walking a single meter of exposed urban boulevard. Use the valley walls for shade. Move in short intervals. Rest in shadow. The valley floor in direct sun at midday is not rest. It is slower death. Shade structures along the path exist. Use them. Your GPS will lie to you. In a contested airspace scenario that puts 150 drones over Riyadh, electronic warfare and GPS spoofing are part of the same package. Carry a paper map of central Riyadh. Carry an analog compass before every foreign city, no exceptions. The U.S. Embassy is inside the DQ, Circle 9 between Al-Kindi Plaza and the King Faisal School. Entry requires identification. Keep your passport on your person at all times in any city where this threat exists. There's no broadcast coming, no algorithm that cross-referenced your hotel booking with the incoming threat timeline. The battery is empty. The system that sold Riyadh its air defense cannot now recall the drones already in the air. The people who survive are not the ones waiting for the government to respond. They are the ones who understood the physics before the first engine lit up on radar. Blast waves do not negotiate. Only coordinates matter.